Hey people, Richard here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Argus Desert Gate and Space Marines versus Tyranids. Game 2, we have 2 Techmarines this time. First up is Topi. We'll also have Commissar, Yarrick. These guys start off range combat, put out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair and get a melee build going. Commissar Yarrick with the Black Templars elite scheme again. Alongside Noisy is an Apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat. By default begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Playing the Ultramarines, but this is not the DLC. For the Tyranids, unchanged, we have Floid as a Hive Mind, very durable commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed on very good offense, disruption and support. Alongside Adila as a Ravener Alpha tunneling commander with great mobility, some awesome offense too, begins in range combat but can get melee weapons and a bit of support also. And rounding off this Tyranid team is Dark Riku as a Lictor Alpha, melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt, some awesome offense and a bit of support too. Right where you want the Lictor Alpha, I suppose, on the solo lane. So this map would be a Tyranid choice since they lost the first game. Not a very good Tyranid choice. I don't think they put a lot of thought into this because we have double Techmarines here. They could have gone triple Techmarines and they can camp the top pretty damn well. So Tyranids might need to push the mid and hold the mid and be strong there. We will see how it pans out. Whirlwinds up here also very good. Double Whirlwinds from Noisy did incredibly well in the first game. Floid with double Hormagaunts opening with a Termagant Brood also. Double Termagants from the other Tyranid players and Tactical Marines on the field. 500, 464 early on. Space Marines taking the top VP, but look at this, Riku forcing off Topi, which I suppose was expected as a Techmarine versus Lictor Alpha with no time to get up shotguns or anything. Here comes the Hive Tyrant wading in. Floyd doing the right thing there and tying up a Tactical Marine squad if he can. You just want to stop them firing their bolters. Takes away a lot of their DPS obviously. Here come double Hormagaunts running in and a turret going up immediately from Yarrick. Is he going to get it up in time? I think he will, yes. That could be vital, getting a turret up that quickly before he purchased anything else and forcing off a bunch of Hormagaunts it looks like. I don't think these Hormagaunts are going to be able to take it out with triple repairs going on. Oh, double repairs. The Techmarine is not repairing. Yeah, really bad opening for the Tyranids on top. Really bad. I don't think they took a single model off the Space Marines. Did they take a scout? They did, in fact, take a scout. But that was it. And he lost tons of models. There's a lot of reinforcing to do. Floyd going for a Ravener Brood. They need a way to get around this turret. They could just break these walls with the Hive Tyrant and try and flank it around it that way. We'll see if Yarrick also goes for a beacon. Meanwhile, Riku is pushing up this solo lane, going after Devastators. So he caught the Devastators before they can set up, which is really bad news for them. They're probably going to be forced all the way off here. There's a Flesh Hook, and that's a dead model. But they will be able to, no, they won't be able to set up because these two Hormagaunts are chasing the other two. Pretty unlucky for Topi that the Hormagaunts split up like that. But they might be forced all the way off the field. And now we have shotgun scouts. Good thing about shotgun scouts is that when you get the sergeant, all 4 of the models get those shotguns. And oh, we didn't take out that Hormagaunt. Techmarine and Tactical Marines should have shot at that Hormagaunt. That could be a big mistake. Would have taken them out, and those guys had adrenal glands. That could be a massive mistake here. 500, 386. Tyranids getting their power bash on the east side. Yarrick going for Devastators. That's probably, oh, he's got a beacon as well. He's probably going to lay the Devastators to protect the turret, and this could be really bad because Noisy already has some in a forward position here. We might see the charge ward gear from the Hive Tyrant. No, he's going to improve synapse. We might see the bioplasma then to try and knock out the Devastators before everything runs in. As you can see, he's not jumping in his Ravener Brood because he knows there's a turret there. Oh, he's trying to go around, is he? I think he's going to try and go around, break through the wall with the Hive Tyrant and get into combat with the turret that way. Turrets will not fire on things that are in melee range. Some measured approach from the Tyranids, playing it well so far. Floyd should have already bashed through. He should already be there, I think. Look at this now. Yarrick has Devastators in the building. He took way too long to do this. Devastators will now suppress this blob, and he's then not going to get through here. Look at this. How do you get through this? They need to push mid now. There's no way they can get through that. Yeah, Floyd should have bashed through this wall much earlier. He had no idea, of course, that those Devastators were coming up. But if he went through straight away, they might have got the turret there. Maybe even got the beacon and killed some stuff. That a really big turning point there. Meanwhile, west side, Noisy's west side. So Topi was kind of alone. Well, we have... Well, he's split, hasn't he, Noisy? Good players are very good at splitting on team games. You have Devastators, Tactical Marines and Scouts top, and the Apothecary and Assault Marines to be supported by the Apothecary on the west side. So basically both sides, well, the west side is outnumbered and he still has enough stuff to contest the east side very well. Yeah, so Tyranids need to push mid and they need to hold it very aggressively because it's going to be so difficult to get through this stuff before tier 2 now. They need a Tyrant Guard each, I think. A quick tier 2 and a Tyrant Guard each. 486, 324. Power being bashed, is it? Yes, I think it is. No flame. Oh, we're getting a flamer from Topi. This is really bad. If they get this entire power bash, they're going to be so behind. So behind. Looks like they... Yes, looks like they protected this power, though. Unless those two were just repurchased. I don't think they were. But you never know. Maybe I'm wrong. Devastators in retreat. They can, of course, retreat back to the beacon, given that infield reinforce and retreat point. Such great presence from that thing. 478, 320 is tier 2 for Yarrick. We already have a zone throw on the way for Riku. Topi is largely ranged, as you can see, so he wants a zone throw to shoot up the Devastators and the Marines. But Noisy is still sitting here. He's not letting Riku back in, and they completely wipe out the power. There's not much Riku can do. He's waiting for his zone throw. There's the flesh hook. Does he have the feeder tendrils? No, he does not. Has deadly jump, but no feeder tendrils. There's a jump from the Assault Marines. And a purification vials, I think. Yes, ouch. And now he's in retreat. Is he retreat all the way back to the beacon? I think he is. Yes, he is. 478, 311. Here comes Yarrick on the west side now. Very, very fluid support from the Space Marines. Devastators caught, though, by the Lictor Alpha. There's a beacon over here from Topi with a turret, which the Lictor Alpha runs into, trying to chase those Devastators. Another big turning point there. Really big turning point. Very, very seldom you'll see a turret and a beacon over there. That's crazy. Really defending this contested power, and Space Marine is looking so strong now. We have another melee Techmarine. Did so well for him in the first game, Yarrick. Warriors just about getting away. Riku again fighting two players. Where are the others? They just cannot make any penetration whatsoever at top. They need to forget east and all push mid. Floid and Adila all need to push mid and cap it up completely. Well, it might be too late for that. Current guard on the way for Riku. But look at Floyd, he's just going tier 2 now. He's got no resources to get anything out quickly, at least. Looking dire for the Tyranids. It might be, yes, there is the concession from the Tyranids, and the Space Marines take the first 2 games, meaning that they win the series and meaning that they are still the champions and they will go on to fight the next faction. But we are going to complete this series of 3 games. We'll see if the Space Marines can get the bragging rights of a 3-0 victory. Again, having beaten the Orcs 3-0, of course. I think the last time they faced Tyranids in the 2014 faction wars, they also won that series. So Space Marines doing pretty well against Tyranids in these faction wars recently. Let's look at the commander's end of the game. Level 2 Techmarine for Topi with Bionics, with beacon and turret on the west side. And the only reason he could do that is because Noisy split his army, which completely changed the game and helped him out. Riku couldn't push against that, and so they held this side. Without Noisy here, Riku might have been able to push through and completely mop up this side again. And of course, that play from Floyd when he came through the wall too late and his Devastators caught him was also very, very vital. So a couple of really big turning points wins the game for the Space Marines, and there's a 2-0 so far. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the 3rd and final game.